This is House Nation 101 FM.
Hi, my name is Dano and this is House Nation 101 FM, a weekly podcast for lovers of electronic dance music. We've got a really special show for you this week. It's summertime, it's the middle of June. We're 1 week away from the iconic Glastonbury Festival, which happens in England every year. This episode, we're giving you a guide to the Glastonbury Festival for lovers of electronic dance music. We're going to be talking about the acts that are performing there this year, the different areas, the best places to go, things that you need to bring with you, best way to have a really great time at that festival. Also, going to be looking back at the iconic EDM performances they've had at Glastonbury over the years. And in the weekly quiz, we're going to be playing 5 iconic tracks that were huge hits at Glastonbury when they were played live. Also, we have a chart. The chart is a special summertime chart. Summer Tales is called, and they're all big summer tunes, sort of thing that you want to hear when you're at a festival or at your big summer celebration. Great chart for you this week. Lots of good music. A couple of great mixes for you as well. Yeah, so let's get started. So, Glastonbury Festival kicks off in just a few days' time. And this year, more than any, it's a great festival to be at if you're a lover of house music and electronic dance music. So Glastonbury Festival, one of the most iconic festivals in the world, started off way back in 1970. During the hippie era, a farmer named Michael Eavis, owner of the farm, decided to hold a concert on his farm, let some hippies in, even provided free milk for those that came along. And it's just evolved. And these days, it's kind of the blueprint for a lot of, big festivals to be as successful and diverse as this festival. Really a sort of rock and roll festival. All the kind of big rock and roll icons have played out there over the years. I'd say probably the biggest musical icon who's not played there is probably Prince. They were trying to get him, and previous to him passing away, they were trying to get him to perform. Never happened, unfortunately. But pretty much all the big iconic music stars have played there at some point over the last 50 years, yeah. As far as electronic dance music goes, in the late 80s, it kind of crept in. It wasn't really embraced until the 90s. In the late 80s, Michael Eavis used to let the travelers and hippies hold their own festival on a field adjacent to the main festival. They could set up their vans and their sound systems there. And they would have DIY sound systems, and they'd be running all-night parties in the late 80s, all the way up until 1990 when they had the last sort of free festival adjacent to Glastonbury. In 1990, there was probably the first big EDM star, Adamski. He played live on the Pyramid stage. Of course, Adamski had a massive hit at that time, NRG. He also went on to do Killer with Seal. Obviously, Seal went on to have a massive career. Adamski pretty much faded into the background, but he was kind of the first star of EDM, I'd say. In 89, he was running all over the place, playing live at Sunrise, Biology, all those big parties. And in 1990 he played Pyramid stage on, I think, Friday evening it was. So he's probably the first EDM star to play a live set there. Obviously, if I've got some footage of it, I'll give you a link down in the description. Very different to what we have this day, but rocking set. And you can see the parts of the crowd really getting into it. A couple of years later, the Orb did a massive evening show with lasers and lights and all that. Obviously, the Orb is kind of ambient, but still, a type of electronic dance music. 2 years after that, it was Orbital, and they really took it up one more step, and then people could see, all right, an EDM dance that can, perform headline at a big festival, and the crowd was just absolutely rocking. If you read reviews or watch the thing, that was kind of a turning point, I would say. The year after, they had their own dance tent, their own area for EDM. About 10 years ago, they moved it from being a tent to a whole area, and the area's just got bigger and bigger. So if you're going to Glastonbury, there are a few acts on the main stages to check out, but head over to an area called Silver Haze, which is the EDM area. Silver Haze, I don't know, I don't get the name, why that area is called Silver Haze. That sounds like a Sounds like a remix or something like that, or a record label, Silver Haze. But it's the name of the EDM area. There are lots of different tents and stages over there. Pretty decent sized zone within the main festival. It's as big as some other EDM festivals on their own, just this zone, okay? It's got a stage called the Lonely Heart stage, which is like dead cool architecture kind of thing. It's got the rave tree. It's also got the wow stage. There's all different sorts of EDM playing at different times on different stages in this area. So kind of like check your program or just head over there and mingle about, see what you like. Like I said, the rave tree is fantastic. There's a photo in this video to show you that. That looks just awesome. There's like a DJ booth halfway up it, and it's all like lit up and stuff. Looks dead good. Friday night, Defected Records are taking over on one of the stages for kind of the opening nights, kind of. And then Sunday, Defected are also closing on another one of the stages. So a couple of like good nights there run by Defected Records. Most of these sound systems in this area are supposed to close like 3 a.m. or something like that. But no doubt there will definitely be other like smaller sound systems still going till dawn and stuff. So once the area closed down, just follow your ears. I'm sure you'll find, something good. Also, sunrise is only like sunrise is super early. It's like 4:45 or something. It's even before 5 a.m. So definitely got to stay out, watch the sunrise before you hit the hay or try to hit the hay. Also on the main stages this year are the Chemical Brothers. They've played there a bunch of times. They just do like a fabulous set. The crowd just goes wild for them on one of the main stages. Fatboy Slim as well. I think he's been there at nearly every Glastonbury for the last 15 years. I mean, he's also playing a set there. Skepta as well. But most of it will be in that Silver Haze area. But what I would say, even doesn't matter if you're like a massive house head or EDM head or drum bass head, even though you're going to the festival, hanging out in this Silver Haze dance area, I would still, take a bit of time to check out one or two of the iconic acts on the big stage. It's a good chance to see someone who would like normally cost you a fortune to see, or, just rarely does the performances in the UK. So have a little look. For me, myself, I would really love to catch Cat Stevens. Baby It's a Wild World. That's such a great song. And he doesn't do many sets, so he would certainly be like the one who I would try and catch. And like I said, have a look at the program. There'll be some people down there. They got Guns N' Roses as well, but I mean, I definitely wouldn't drag myself away from the dance tent for them. But who knows? Whoever floats your boat, check out some of the main stage as well as partying hard in the Silver Haze area. Couple of tips for you if you're heading over there: bring a couple of pairs of trainers. Don't bring your best expensive collectible trainers because they probably get trashed. Bring a couple of pairs because only takes a bit of rain and it gets proper muddy down there. So be prepared with your footwear, and also don't leave your valuables in your tent, whatever you do. So who knows who might end up in your tent and what might end up in your tent or what might be taken from your tent. So be careful with your valuables when you're there as well. But other than that, expect like a fantastic weekend at Glastonbury. I think that's enough chit chat for me. If you are going to Glastonbury, leave us a message below, or after you've been to Glastonbury, probably not during the weekend. Leave us a message, tell us how it was, who were the best acts, who were the best DJs, how much fun did you have? Alright, we've got a short little mix coming up here, a little bit of a mashup that I've been playing around with. We were talking about Prince earlier, and this has got a couple of Prince samples in it. After this, we'll have the chart and the quiz. So check out this little mix. Back soon.
DJ on the mixer.
onto the chart. So I've got a special chart from you from Beatport this week. It's a real sort of summary chart. The name of it is actually Summer Tales. It's by a DJ called Nick Varon. It's a selection of his tunes which he'll be playing this summer. So if you see Nick Varon doing a live set somewhere, you're likely to hear some of these. And all of the songs, in my opinion, have got quite a summery vibe. So I think it's kind of perfect for this June episode of our podcast. The actual chart that he's shared with us has got a lot of songs. It's got 20 songs. Okay, I'm not going to run down the whole 20. I'm just going to run down the top 12. You can get this chart on Beatport for $27. So that's a great price. $27, 20 really good songs, okay? I'm going to play you six of the 12, the 6 that I like best. And yeah, check it out. It's a really good chart. I'll put the link down in the description below. So, number 12 I am going to play for you is called Perfect, and it's by Amensol. Check it out. Alright, I think that's a great song to get your chart going. It's got a really good energy for that. I love the synths in it. They're really sort of funky synths. It's got a lot of electro vibe to it as well. This is one of my favourite songs in this chart, to be honest, and I think this could even be number one. It's not to say the other songs in the chart are not very good, but I really like this one. I think it's great. Perfect. Alright, number 11. I'm also going to play number 11. Number 11 is called Harpies, and this is the original mix. It's by Talking Machines. Have a listen.
That
Okay, I like that one. I like the really like, it's kind of like a rugged, heavy sort of acidy bass on that. I like that. And I also like the way it like kind of contrasts with the really simple, soft piano. It's really, really nice. I like it. The only thing I don't like about this bit is that I think it fades out a little bit, but I think there's enough potential in there. There might be some other mixes of this that are better. I like the bass line and I love the piano on it. Number 8. Number 8 is called Thank You and is by Patrick Lammer. Number 7, Interference, and that's by Stephen McCreaney. Alright, up to number 6. Number 6 is Broken Pieces by Radical Fantasy. Number 5, I like the title of this one. It's a good song as well. I'm not going to play it, but I like this one as well. It's called 2 Months Off, and that's by Underworld. Number 4. Number 4 is called Vijay at Pakistan by Florian Gasperni. I think that's how you pronounce it anyway. Vijay at Pakistan. It's really good. Check it out. Okay, yeah, I like that one. I like that. I really like I really like the vocals in that one. I'm not really a fan of songs that have like a lot of vocals, but on this one I think it really works. I think the female vocals in it are great. So on to number 10. Number 10 is called Samsara, the original mix, and it's by Emmy Gavlin. Down to number 9. Number 9 is Lost Sense, and that's by Gabrielle. And I'm going to play this one as well. Here it comes. Number 9. Lost Sense by Gabrielle. hope you like that one. I really like it. I think it's very hypnotic, that one. I love the build up, and I like the sort of like echoey, sort of chanty sound in it. I think that sort of gives it the hypnotic like feel to it. I think that's a really good, like really kind of middle of the night like track. Really, really good. Love that one. Number 3. Also going to play number 3. I like the name of this one. It's called Strobe Queen. I like that name. Here you go. Check it out. Yeah, that was Strobe Queen by Radio Slave. Like I said, I like the name of that one. What I like about that one is the piano. I think the piano in that track is beautiful, you know. I'm kind of a sucker for like those old school like piano housey ones, and I just love the piano in that one. It's cool. All right, number 2 is Citadel, and that is by Raw Main. And finally, in at number 1, Everything Nice This Morning, and it's by DJ Zombie. Check out number 1. that was number one. Like I said, Everything Nice This Morning. I think that song's actually got more of an island sort of vibe, a Ibiza sort of vibe, beach, sunrise. Some of the sounds in the background there sound a bit like it could be like a sun rising in the morning. So, like I said, I don't think it's the best one in this chart, but it's still good. It's still a good song. Often don't find the number ones in these charts are the actual best one in the charts. They're all good, and that's certainly a good one as well. So there you go. That was the Summer Tales chart by Nick Varon. It's on Beatport. You can probably find all these songs on YouTube and your different streaming services as well, but if you really like them, head over to Beatport, buy them, support the artists. I'll leave the link below. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed that one. Next up, we've got the quiz. Special quiz for you this week. So the theme of this week's podcast is all about Glastonbury, big summer festival in the UK. And I'm going to play 5 songs for you, or 5 samples from you. There's a clue here. All of these tracks, they've all been played live at Glastonbury. Big tunes from big bands, who've made a big impact in Glastonbury over the years. They go back to like early 90s, 2 decades or so from Glastonbury. Here they come, 5 samples. I will play the answers, or I'll share the answers after the extended mix. But first of all, here are the 5 songs in this week's quiz.
1. 2.
Purple and red and yellow and on fire, and the clouds would catch the colors everywhere. That's it neat, because I used to look at it. You don't see that.
3.
Here we go!
4. 5.
Alright, pretty easy this week's chart, I think. 5 pretty big songs. All played at Glastonbury at one time or another. Little bits of history of EDM at Glastonbury Festival. Alright, I will be playing the answers. You probably know the answers anyway, but I'll be playing the answers after the mix. Extended mix this week is a little bit shorter. Summertime sort of vibe. Nice kind of uplifting set for you. You can listen to it in the car if you're on the way to the festival, or early in the afternoon, something like that. Check out the mix. well, I hope you enjoyed that. So, end of the show now. I'm going to run through the answers to the quiz. Number 1. Yes, that's right. Talked about him earlier on in the show. First EDM star to perform at Glastonbury. It was, of course, Adamski. Such a wicked track that was. And there was even like a Lucozade, advertising campaign based off that track as well. It was huge at the time. Really, really good. Number 2.
Purple and red and yellow and on fire, and the clouds would catch the colors everywhere. That's it neat, because I used to look at that all the time. You don't see that.
That's right, it was the Orb. That was their big hit, Little Fluffy Clouds. Love that song. Yeah, and like I said, they played Glastonbury in 1992, did a huge evening performance, kind of laid the way for Orbital to play 2 years later, and they just kicked it off. Legendary band, the Orb. Number 3.
Here we go!
Number 3, that's right, Chemical Brothers. I think they've played there about 4 times, maybe 5 times. They've played there so many times. And and they're playing there again this year. That was their big hit, Hey Boy, Hey Girl. Number 4. Of course, that was Orbital, Chime, massive track. Yeah, like I said, they did the concert, they did the show that really put, EDM on the map at Glastonbury. And finally, number 5. Alright, number 5, maybe not exactly an EDM, but still a great band. And originally it was an EDM track, that was. It was an underground house track. Of course, it was Florence, You've Got the Love. Love that song, love that band. They've played there a few times as well. They actually stood in for, I think, the Foo Fighters. The main lead singer of the Foo Fighters had an accident, wasn't able to play Glastonbury. They phoned up Florence and the Machine. They came in and almost stole the weekend. Did a fantastic set and great band. Love it. Alright, that's the end of the show. I hope you've enjoyed that. That's been our Glastonbury guide for lovers of house music and electronic dance music. We'll be back in a week or so. If you like us, please don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, leave us a comment. It's always good to hear all that feedback from you. And enjoy your summer.